It's safe to say that, for most of us, our brains last year have been heavily occupied by the pandemic. But even in 2020, science didn't stop. Many incredible discoveries happened, from dinosaurs to deadly parasites. We couldn't cover all of them earlier, so now it's their moment to shine. Here are 3 unbelievably fascinating science stories you might have completely missed. First, back in April, scientists finally settled a long-standing debate about dinosaurs. For years, researchers believed that almost all non-avian dinosaurs lived strictly on land. They may have entered water occasionally, but dry land was their main habitat. The big exception was Spinosaurus aegypticus, better known as Spinosaurus. Because of its long, narrow snout and crocodile-like teeth, scientists suspected it was at least semi-aquatic, possibly hunting in rivers of ancient North Africa. That idea faced a lot of criticism, but new evidence changed everything. On April 29th, researchers published strong proof suggesting Spinosaurus wasn't just near water, it may have been fully adapted for swimming. The breakthrough came from tail fossils found in Morocco in 2018. Spinosaurus fossils are extremely rare because many were destroyed during World War II, making this discovery incredibly important. Using these bones, scientists created a digital model of the entire animal. They found a tail resembled that of a newt or a crocodile, tall, flat, flexible, and powerful. They even built a robotic version of the tail and tested it. The results showed it could generate enough force to propel the animal through water. If confirmed, this discovery could finally end a debate that's lasted for decades and completely reshape our understanding of where dinosaurs lived and what they were capable of. Next, another story from April, this time involving modern-day ocean giants and a surprisingly clever solution. Scientists figured out a way to determine the age of whale sharks using radioactive leftovers from Cold War nuclear tests. Whale sharks are the largest living sharks on Earth, and protecting them requires understanding how long they live and how fast they grow. But that's been a major challenge. Their vertebrae have growth bands, similar to tree rings, but scientists couldn't agree whether each band represented 1 year or 6 months. The answer turned out to be nuclear weapons testing from the 1950s and 60s. Those tests increased levels of a rare carbon isotope, carbon-14, in the atmosphere, which eventually entered the ocean and the shark's bones. By analyzing vertebrae from 2 of the oldest known whale sharks and comparing the isotope levels to historical ocean samples, scientists were able to match growth bands to specific years. The verdict? Each band equals 1 year. With this breakthrough, researchers also learned that whale sharks grow much slower and live much longer than previously thought, key information for conservation efforts. Finally, in May, scientists uncovered something surprising about one of humanity's oldest enemies, malaria. One of malaria's most recognizable symptoms is recurring fever. These fevers happen when malaria parasites reproduce inside red blood cells and burst out in synchronized waves. This releases waste products that trigger fever in humans. Interestingly, different parasite species cause fevers at very precise intervals, some every 2 days, others every 3. For years, scientists believed the parasites use the host's circadian rhythm, our internal body clock, to time these cycles. But new research revealed something unexpected. The parasites appear to have their own biological clock. Scientists tested this by infecting mice with different circadian rhythms, normal, altered, and even non-existent. The parasite cycles adjusted somewhat to the host, but continued even without a stable host clock. This strongly suggests the parasites run on their own internal timing system, guided by cues from the host. Researchers even identified specific genes that may control this clock. While this discovery doesn't immediately lead to new treatments, it opens the door to potential strategies that could disrupt the parasite's timing and weaken the disease. So, yes, 2020 was overwhelming, but in the world of science, there was still a lot to celebrate. While some researchers focused on the pandemic, studying viruses, treatments, and vaccines, others continued advancing conservation, natural history, and disease research. In every case, our understanding of the world grew stronger. Thanks for watching this episode of Truth Holder. If you enjoyed it, a huge thanks goes out to our supporters on Patreon. Their support allows us to keep creating content like this. If you'd like to learn more about our community, you can visit my channel.